Hi, welcome. On this video, I'm out here once again with Max for board and training, and our time is getting short now. The 2 weeks is about to come to an end, and Max is doing really good. And they're going to be again going out onto the street area here, working on a distraction exercise. So I already took them to the bathroom. So when you do this exercise, walking your dog, you want to make sure they do their business first. Bring them over here. I'm going to put Max into a sit. Make sure I touch. And so again, make sure they do their business first, because again, you don't want them investing and sniffing on the ground. Keep their head up. Keep them, pick a side, keep them right beside you, and begin to intercept their state of mind. Understanding, again, based on still like reversing, still fading in, and beginning to, you know, make sure that they're coming more and more into a follower role. So here you see the leash fairly short, and I have just enough influence through it to maintain like a constant, okay, to again give some comfort. Again, if I'm in control, it doesn't have to be, but again, he's going to at times, based again on the prior relationship, he's going to want to make connections and invest that way. So for a period of time, needing to continue to advocate, again, you know, tapping, nudging, intercepting. So here the little head turn in towards me, you know, that's a good thing. Okay, that represents fading in. Fading out represents as his head turns towards somebody else. So there's a neighbor down there, the truck, and he hears the sound. So right there, very proactive with anticipating. And see, nudging, his eyes go see same thing right here. I'm going to buckle. So here the tapping, most times tapping, just kind of nudging will work. Other times you want to bring enough influence to the leash to buckle. Okay, so it's, I describe it like the tug of war team that collapses. You kind of see the front guy start to give way from the other team is pulling, and then again when you break that connection, when he's agreeable, then I release. Okay, you know, he gives, I give type of thing. So there's a principle here, understand, as I'm doing this, where even when the choke chain looks tight, it's not tight that way. Okay, it just has enough influence to keep it up high in his neck. And so I'm not asserting influence at a certain level if he is relaxed. Okay, and eventually this all leads to with him becoming more and more relaxed, where you're not you know, you're not advocating this way at this level. Okay, so right now it's more of a constant. So we're going to put him back into a sit, do a little push pull on him. We're going to walk down the street a little bit here. Move him here, nudging as I'm going to notice he's, no muzzle is on, so because the trust is already there. And you see when I'm doing a push pull on him, there's no quivering and shakiness. The stress is coming off of him. He's more and more agreeable. So, you know, I'm not concerned or worried about it getting redirected on me. Now here's a great moment. There's a dog coming up on the other side of the street. Okay, you'll be able to see there's a dog advancing here. So I'm going to, and the dog is out on the leash here, going back and forth. So I'm going to move towards this dog. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to advocate. So you'll see the dog come in here in the camera. As the dog starts to, so as he starts to see, right here, I'm going to turn him a little bit. I'm going to angle him. Push pull. So the dog's coming, and I'm going to just kind of work him. Now I'm going to move it again. I see the other dog hitting. Max isn't liking this at all. The other dog has lots of energy going on. So here, I'm tapping. Max had a little bit of a moment here. So notice what I'm doing here. This is a really good example with a dog that's really expressing at a high level. Notice how I'm just standing still. This is good because this is what happened with my neighbor the other day. And Max got really pretty intense. And he had, see, Max wants to get turned here. See, but notice what I'm doing. I'm like, tell Max, it ain't gonna happen. There we go. Doing good. Hey Glenn, how are you? Sit. sit. Move the Max forward here. So this is a really good example of how to deal with an intense moment. So Max definitely, if I would have let him go and continue, if I wasn't proactive, he would have got pretty intense there. But again, I turned around opposite. There was an awareness that that dog was there. Now, what created that too, Max knowing that dog is, that other dog was really intense, wanting to really come towards Max, really highly expressing. I could tell from the owners when they were walking that dog, I could see that dog lunging out on the leash. So I anticipated that was going to kind of generate that, which is what I wanted. Because again, the idea here is you can't move forward unless you move through things. Okay, you have to the right way. So you got to push. Right there, I really pushed Max to a high level, and he didn't win. Okay, which means that I was able to intercept and bring him into a state of agreeableness just by technique. So that was a really good moment overall. Sure. Because the same thing, you have to be able to work through those moments. They have to present. So that was great. Max up. And that's what I wanted. So that was a really good little moment there. Well, here's the thing, without a doubt, 2 weeks ago, or before Max came to me, if that moment had happened, he would have redirected. Like, he would have been really super intense. That would have escalated big time. So here, we're in really good shape. So moments are happening. But you notice what my thing was, I wasn't focused at all. I didn't care about the other dog. I was fully focused on Max. I turned, not out of weakness, but strength, just so I could gain leverage on him, not just physically, but in terms of now he had to try to turn his head while I was kinetically intercepting. Okay, I was applying influence through the collar and breaking his connection, his ability to express, and then it just started calming down. So that turned out really well. The other dog, you probably could see it or hear it in the background. The other dog was getting intense. But again, my only concern is, again, those things happen sometimes, which can happen. You have to be careful, because suddenly the dog gets loose on the other dog owners, and next thing you know, you're in a mess. But again, just continue to stay focused on your dog. So Max is doing really, 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 really good. Thanks for watching.